Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the Ray-Ban Original Wayfarer in Bioacetate. Now, the model number is the exact same as the original Ray-Ban Wayfarers, RB2140. But first, I'll thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. Now, as far as sizing goes, these frames only come in one size, which is of course the standard size, with 50mm lenses and a 22mm bridge. Now, as far as the construction and design, these frames are absolutely identical to the original Ray-Ban Wayfarers. The tilt is the same, the metal accents are the same, and basically the build quality is the exact same as well, as far as I can tell. The only difference here is, of course, these Bioacetate are going to have bioacetate frames, where the originals just have regular acetate frames. Now, I'm sure those of you who have been watching the YouTube channel for a long time are like, wait a second, Shade Review, acetate frames to begin with are typically made from cotton or wood pulp, so what makes these bio frames any more bio than a typical acetate frame? And that is a very good question here. The difference comes in the plasticizer that Ray-Ban uses. So typically, those are based out of a fossil fuel-based plasticizer, so some sort of a petroleum or something not renewable, but here with the bio, the plasticizer is actually made from renewable sources. So depending on the colorway will depend on the renewable source, but we're talking cereals, beet, or cane sugar for that plasticizer, and using those renewable sources is going to increase the bio-based content on this pair of sunglasses from renewable sources all the way up to 67%, which is definitely really cool. And all this information we found on the little card that is included with every pair of these sunglasses. Now, the one thing that they are omitting here is what percentage of renewable sources is an original Ray-Ban Wayfarer that's not made out of this biomaterial. Is it 60%? Is it only 40% renewable sources? We don't know. So how much are these actually better for the environment? They really don't tell us. So I guess those of you in the industry might know what percentage a plasticizer makes up of the acetate. I don't think it's a very big amount. Now, I could be totally wrong here, but I think the plasticizer only makes up about 5% of a frame. I think that's kind of what hardens it. But again, I could be wrong. I am not an expert as far as that goes. Now, if that truly is the case, these frames are not nearly as good for the environment as they would lead you to believe. They are just very slightly better than a typical pair of Ray-Ban Wayfarers. But the good news is, typical acetate is pretty good for the environment to begin with, because there really isn't a lot of fossil fuel used to create a pair to begin with. Again, that's all in my opinion. None of this, of course, is set in stone, so don't hold me liable if I am wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. But the big difference here, I believe, when it comes to sustainability, actually comes in the packaging. So we have this really cool recycled box, which actually is really nice. I love that little Ray-Ban font, and I'm kind of tired of seeing that silver or metallic box that comes with every pair of Ray-Bans. So this is really cool and really fun. And then they also come in this little soft bag, which looks really good, and I believe that this is made out of renewable materials as well. It feels really nice and premium, actually, with the little Ray-Ban logo. And then they also have a special cleaning cloth as well. So I think these components are actually more important to be made from renewable sources than it is the actual sunglasses themselves. But with all that being said, I am a sunglass reviewer and not a scientist, so definitely keep that in mind. Now, as far as the build quality goes, like I said, everything here is really nice. They do feel very premium. I absolutely love this colorway of this particular frame. They come in a ton of different colorways, but this colorway with these striped gray frames and then these gray gradient lenses, I think looks really pretty. That's actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to pick up a pair of these frames, is for this colorway specifically, because it looks so good, especially when wearing these outdoors. Now, like on every pair of authentic Ray-Ban Wayfarer sunglasses, we have a little painted Ray-Ban logo here in the top right corner of the lens, and then we can also see a little etched RB logo here in the middle left of the lens. And then moving down temples, we can see these raised Ray-Ban logos, which are there for authentication purposes as well. Now, personally, I do love the vintage styles that don't have the Ray-Ban logo. They just have a little metal accent here. But either way, I still think these frames look really good. You really can't beat the look of a classic original Ray-Ban Wayfarer, and I personally really do love some of the colorways of these bioacetate frames. Now, these frames do have glass lenses that are very clear and crisp, and of course they're going to block 100% of UVA and UVB rays, which is extremely important for your eye health to block those harmful rays. And overall, they do have that classic vintage Wayfarer styling, which I really do like. The only downside of these frames is probably the price tag. So as of filming this video, a traditional original Ray-Ban Wayfarer is going to run you around $163, which is actually a really good price considering the fact that you're getting a handmade in Italy pair of sunglasses, just like these Acetate ones. I forgot to mention that. They do say Wayfarer handmade in Italy here. So that's a very good price at $163 in my opinion to get something handmade in Italy. Now these Acetate frames cost $183. So these frames cost $20 more because they're made out of more renewable sources. Now personally, I think Ray-Ban definitely should just put the price of these all the way down to $163 to match the originals. That way it doesn't cost you more money to get something that's more bio-friendly. I think that's kind of annoying that they're trying to like capitalize off of it. Now to be fair, it probably is a lot more expensive to make these out of renewable materials than it is to make the originals, so they're just making the same amount of profit on each, so they raise the price. But personally, it'd be really cool if they just ate that price difference to encourage more people to go for a Acetate frame if it really is that good for the environment. But yeah, with that being said, I do think this is a really good looking pair of sunglasses. I do like these. Overall, a really fun looking pair of sunglasses, and I hope these Corways and hope these bio frames come over to more frames. I personally love this Corway in a pair of Ray-Ban Clubmasters. I think that would be really fun. Well, that's all I have for in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.